Okay, so our member reader today is Kymberlie Ingalls. She is an award-winning essayist, speaker, editor, and writing coach living in the Bay Area and attending numerous branches of the California Writers Club. The author of the successful sites Writer of the Storm and Neuroticy, A Societal Madness, and the books Bridges and 43. She began blogging in the late 90s before it became the phenomenon that is prevalent today. Her work focuses on love, grief, with an examination of humanity and the heart. Beware of falling opinions. That's very curious, Kymberlie. Anyway, please welcome Kymberlie Ingalls.
So far this week, I've been curious and the most unique in the room, so I think I'll take it while I can. Anyway, Amber, I'm really glad that you lightened us up because, well, you know, it's me. This piece is brand new. It's called Life's Illusions. Sometimes I wonder how I will die. It isn't a fantasy so much as a prophecy I'm driven to fulfill. Drifting away with the old age has never felt right. The universe has tagged me to be the last one standing as I've watched so many others fall. Hard as it is on me, I see my dad, the oldest of 11, methodically losing his siblings and his son just months ago, his wife some weeks later, and friends upon friends upon friends. He appears to take it in stride, but he's a quiet type mostly, not one to carry on about losing any fight. Keep on keeping on, that's his philosophy. It wasn't until this past year that his cracks have shown. It's been said that our birthdays aren't measured by the years, but by the events that fall between them. My life is a different one than it was a year ago. Sure, we change all the time before we realize it, and we wonder how that extra candle got there on the cake in just one day. But it wasn't a day. It was an entire trip around a giant blazing ball. Time is a conundrum, isn't it? It was only last December that I had to tell him that his son, the best of his friends, was gone. It was as if I'd punched him right in the pit of his belly. Sorry. That was unexpected. Just 8 months, but so long ago, I took that responsibility from the officers because they didn't know him or any of us. My brother was dead, a bullet from his own gun on that drizzled morning. I couldn't let strangers have that moment. It belonged to us. Sonny took control of his end. I don't have that in me, though there have been days that I've pleaded with the universe to take me out of the game, but those stars have other plans, and no amount of begging brings a bargain. They like to toss me over a cliff, but with some sort of cosmic bungee cord that pulls me back with a heavy snap. I once asked the question, what is it like to live inside of a birthday cake? Does glitter tumble to the floor like a million little rainbows? Would horns blare at me each time I walked in? Now I am compelled to ask, what happens when the party's over? Is there a heaven, and is it billows and clouds or glitter and confetti? Does gravity not exist in such places? Are there ice cream castles and feather canyons everywhere? Because in my world, confetti falls to the ground just like our memories and hopes and expectations do. Glitter is nothing in the darkness. When we go, it's ashes or it's a box. And if we are fortunate, we leave behind some sort of proof that we lived. By all indications of my life, I'm inclined to believe that I'll meet my end in a fiery fashion, perhaps tumbling down the road faster than I should be, and death will blindside me. These are the themes of my story, lots of drama to make headlines. Mostly, I wonder what song will be my last. Sometimes I set aside songs in my head like I'm creating a playlist, the ultimate and final mixtape. Such thoughts are lonely ones. I don't know what was my brother's last thought, what was in his head when he pulled that trigger. I'd give anything to know, because one last thought could give so many answers. It's why I'm writing mine down, so nobody will ever have to wonder. He is an event that happened between my birthdays, one that I can't let go of despite our differences and distances. He lingers like a lone candle in all of our lives. Dad turned 82 last week. My turn to age arrives in just 9 minutes. I'll be a year older by the time I've written the last word of this, and a day older than that when I read it to you. Like a festive cake with one slice missing, there is a palpable dissonance in the air. I could say that Sonny's death was the most important thing, but it isn't. Despite all of the madness with the obliteration of my family, I've at last found freedom, and I've learned that being free always comes at the cost of others. I've wished fervently to die before my husband, and even before my dad. Selfish, yes, but the thought of such loss haunts me. My brother took my wish to his grave because now I have to hold on. I will not reach for that freedom at the cost of my father's heart. Lessons never cut deep enough until we've seen both sides of them. The thing about confetti and clouds is that in the drifting time, they carry the best of us, our memories and our hopes. It's the expectations that fall. And that's okay, because without expectation, it's harder to fail. We need to cling to the mist and move forward until our moment comes to an end. My life is a different one than just 1 year ago.